Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this March the 18th, 2025, 8:30 p.m. daily gold and silver bullion, XRP, blockchain, and cryptocurrency video that we've all come to expect, love, need, and deserve. And we're at the channel where we're bringing truth and education and respectability and honesty back into the market. And that is our goal, to educate, inform our subscribers and yes, members of Jabroni Killers, to give you that first mover advantage, that truth and information, and not all the fleecing and heisting and what's been perceived as a scam industry back to the cryptocurrency and social media sphere, because we're on truth and education to inform you all. And we're going to start off with some news. If you want a bell notification and comment down below, like the channel and share, right? The daily Bitcoin ETF posts largest inflows in 6 weeks. Solana retracts AD amid crypto community backlash. Let's see what we want to go with. Let's see what we want to look at here. XRP stumbles, but analyst sees a path to $70. Let's see what that's all about. Analysts remained optimistic about XRP's potential price surge, predicting that the crypto will pass critical tests and hit somewhere between $33 and $70, despite the setback that it is facing lately. Market observers expressed their confidence in the compatibility of XRP. The capability of XRP to bounce back amid the declining in its trading volume, whereas investors saw a 20% dip. Reports said that the altcoin is currently facing some challenges to regain momentum for a bullish run, as its price and trading volume went on a dramatic downturn, as old Vincenzo's been talking about for about 8 weeks now. As of writing, XRP is being traded at 233. On a brighter scale, XRP showed some resilience despite near-term price action, posting a 9% increase this week. Can XRP hit 70? One of the crypto analysts who remained confident on XRP is Greg Crypto, who made a bold prediction on a price surge. He said XRP is operating on a cycle that might result in its huge price level fluctuation. And you can see here's his chart. Believes that XRP could potentially hit anywhere from $33 to $70 in the upcoming months, putting the consideration both in its short-term volatility and long-term price prediction. So I don't think that's going to happen. That's some of the fleecing that goes on in the cryptocurrency industry, and that's why we're here to give you the truth and information that you need. And that's kind of the heisting going on right there. And that's all the news. We'll get into some more of this news later on. We're going to start off with the XRP price. And that's some of the things you got to watch out for. $70 XRP in the next few months is not going to happen. This is what's happening right now. We're in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. And the power of Vincenzo is to give you the power of the education and information and truth. And you can see we've been in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern for a couple of months now. And we gave you the first mover advantage, as we showed you back when the price only had that much price action in it. Where we were at, we drew this pattern out, and now we're in this right shoulder. We're going to have a bearish cross, and that's the simple truth. The 50-day moving average is now at 242. The 100 days at 229, and the 200-day and XRP is still slowly uptrending, but that's going to start to level off here soon, as I believe this next dip to the downside, after we talked about last week when we were sitting on the neckline again, that we could have a rally between the 100-day and potentially as high as the 255, and then it would come back down, fall through that area and come down and actually touch the 200-day moving average. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And that's exactly where I think in the short-term pattern that this is going in. And then the medium-term pattern is we're eventually going to break the neckline, confirm a breakdown, come down to a $1.29 target. And then we believe after we hit that $1.29 target, somewhere in that range of $1.15 to $1.29, that we're speculating that this in blue will be the pattern that goes from the mid part of this year, the summertime, the mid-summertime through the end of the year, where we're hitting that technical target, we're having a rounding bottom, and then we have a forceful quick pump back up to potentially as high as the 340, what you're seeing there, that we're theorizing in the blue there. That's where old Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing sees this pattern going the next few months and through the rest of this year, as we have this topping out pattern, and then we end up somewhere like that, right, where we have almost a mountain double top in the monthly time frame. And it looks something like that. And then maybe potentially we come all the way back down to 67 cents after. But that's all speculation. But what I'm starting to gain more and more confidence is on this medium-term pattern of where we do break down, like we've been talking about, in the head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. And then we have a nice return rally off a technical level. And I expect the SEC lawsuit at some point to come out and coincide with the manipulated finalization of putting the 5-year lawsuit with the SEC in the back pages and settle it for good as they're working out that $127 million fine. I believe as this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern hits that technical target of about the $1.29, the news will simultaneously come out, and that'll help solidify the bottom. There's massive amounts of buyers stacked at the $1.29, and I think between the orchestrated timing of the SEC, a final resolution comes out at the same time as we hit this technical target off of a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. I think that's going to turbocharge the next rally to the upside, which will take it from that technical target down there at around $1.29 and bring you back near the $3.40 level, maybe potentially towards the end of the year. But that's just a theory right now, and we're going to continue to watch and see if that actually does happen. But what I do believe is actually happening is this head and shoulders has well confirmed itself, and I believe that $1.29 and this bearish cross and eventually maybe a golden bearish cross must take place before we can start to move our next leg up to the upside in the XRP price, and I'm fairly confident on that. Another thing I think that will happen here in the shorter term is we have a short-term bounce in AMP. I think we're overdue for some kind of bounce. Would it hold it? Probably not. It would probably look something like we have in yellow, where we have a phenomenal pump that could be as high as, if it happened from current price, we could have something like 150% pump, would still be below the December pump, and it would likely happen very quickly. It could potentially give the gains back just as quickly, but I think this is oversold in the immediate short term, and I think there's going to be some kind of a bounce there. We can see the XLM prices trying to continue to bounce off of this $1.25 level that we hit. We've had the bears cross. We're going to have a golden bears cross. Right now, what's potentially going to happen here is we either get rejected by this overhead 200-day moving average, or we could sneak up as high as the descending 50 before it brings us back down, and that's what the catalyst is to come back down into this next underneath target at 18 cents before we have another pretty big rally from about 18 cents back up to potentially as high as at 33 cents, which could be a very, very powerful swing trade, or at the very minimum, if you haven't accumulated any XLM yet and you thought you missed the boat when it hit 63 cents, but you heard old Vincenzo talk about better buying opportunities, and there would be, and we told you we were short to medium term bearish. Right now, the price is down 56% from that peak. And if we come down to where we think we're coming down to next at 18 cents, that's a 70.81% fall and a much better buying opportunity where you're at now and down to potentially 18 cents in the shorter time frame. If you've never accumulated, or if you have coins and don't think you had enough and you were almost about to FOMO in up here when we were at the blow off euphoric top, but old Vincenzo was telling you a better buying opportunity would be there. And again, we've been proven right, as it's 56% cheaper than it was at the blow off hysteria local top right now. And I believe we're going to come down to 18 cents in our next leg to the downside, and we'll continue to watch out for that. But I'm fairly confident that's where this is going. Bitcoin dominance, you can see, is still holding up there at 61.45% dominance. And as you know, when Bitcoin dominance falls like it does right here, another first mover advantage in education that's most important, and that's the reason and the power of this channel, is when you have a big fall in dominance like that, circled in blue, the altcoins can rally. But when you have a big spike like we've had the last couple of months, primarily to the upside, the altcoins like to trend down, right? They like to sell off because people are selling out of the altcoins and putting their money back into the perceived safe haven of crypto, which is Bitcoin. But if in the shorter time frame you had something of a dip like that over a week span, and you lose the 61.44% dominance, and you come down to 58.54% in a very quick fashion, which doesn't seem like a lot from the current dominance phase to here, that's a 4.5 to 5% move to the downside. That would be enough to have a big spike up in some of the altcoins as a whole to rally and make back some of the gains that they've lost and recently, because they have lost recently with the gains. A lot of the altcoins are down 40 to 70% from their high, right? Bitcoin, I believe, is in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. We've had the bearish cross in Bitcoin where the 50 is continuing to move below the 100-day. The 100-day has started to slowly trend down. I believe there's going to be a bearish cross in the Bitcoin price. Our next underneath target is 73,811. Then we could have a minor bounce. But as we see the left shoulder, the head, we have to form the head. And how you form the head is coming down to the neckline, which is down here at 58,903 and change. You're going to start to see more people in the social media sphere and in the mainstream pick up on this now as it's becoming apparent that the head is forming. But as soon as we get down to about 62 to 65, you'll see the rest of the social media sphere start drawing this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. And then we could have a nice 30 to 50% rally from there. But remember where you heard this first. You heard it from old Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, that we were in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. About a month and a half ago, we started talking about this. And I believe that is the pattern that we're in. If we go to some of our lovely altcoins that people like, let's start with Coreum. Coreum has come all the way down, and we're going to hit that all-time low in Coreum, tying the all-time low at 10 cents. And when Coreum became on this channel, when one of my subscribers brought it to us, we were up here. We put out this pattern where we have this major upper resistance up here. You can see we can move this box out now. We have this major upper resistance up there. Oh, we need to relock that. We had the major upper resistance up there. We got rejected by it. Then we put down this potential pattern where you could break down from. When we were in here still, we put this, we put this arrow in here right there. And that was a target because we took out the extension that was right there to form our channel to the point of a breakout, and that's about where we were at when we put that on there. And then we wicked down beautifully to it, came back up, told you how the 20 cents was a major resistance level, and then put down this 10-cent area. That was our major target. But what could happen here with Coreum now is as we touch this 10 cents, you could have a major oversold technical rally here with Coreum, and you could have a ferocious rally from about the 10 cents. And I could see a case where you could come all the way back up to potentially 20 cents in a short amount of time in Coreum, which would be a 1x move from 10 cents to 20 cents. And that's something that I'm watching for if you can hold this and make a short-term swing rally from where you're at now after you've been suppressed way down. But one thing to be careful is if you do break this, we're actually not at an all-time low. If you do break this, the all-time low is down here. Let's clone this. The all-time low is down there. If you do break this 10 cents and fail to hold it or only get a weak return rally off of here, you're going to immediately and could quickly come down to the 0.064 level, which is the all-time low and which would be devastating for people that are in Coreum. XCN, after we had this massive rally, when you guys told me about this coin, we put these targets on here that we were in a hidden head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. In the short time frame, we were in a rising channel. In the longer time frame, we said don't FOMO into this because the price on a technical target down and break out of this rising wedge was down here at about 0.00810 cents, that there would be a better buying opportunity and not to FOMO in when the price was all up in here. And you can see now at current price, it's down 75.86% from its recent rally. There's going to be a golden bearish cross here, but there's going to be a bearish cross to start here in the short term as the 100 to 50 is about to go under the 100 in a few days. I believe the next move here in this orderly decline is going to be down here, and there hasn't been any capitulation yet. It's just been an orderly decline. So I believe there will be capitulation here at some point soon before there can be a substantial return rally. But right now it's just been an orderly decline. No capitulation yet in XCN. Vtho was another one that our beautiful subscribers talked about when we were in the middle of this hyper pump, and we had down here at the time in the daily the price coming down to the 200-day moving average, and we said don't FOMO into here. One of the big keys was just this brief 2-day spike in volume. Then the volume went back to essentially nothing, and we said the price was likely to come down into the 200-day moving average, and it did. It's now below it. The price has given away 100% of that pump. Another power of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing to keep you guys from FOMOing into things that don't need to be FOMOed into. We keep it simple with truth and education. We came down and hit our 14-cent target in LCX, and we theorized there could be in green a bounce back off this 14 cents, but we've had a golden bearish cross. You can see we haven't talked about this coin in maybe a couple of weeks, but we have had the golden bearish cross where you can see the 50 is sitting at 18 cents. The 200-day is sitting up here at 20 cents, and the 50-day is sitting, or the 100-day and the 200-day are sitting up there at about 20 cents, and the 50-day is below that at about 18 cents after we had the golden bearish cross. We had a little reaction when we first touched it right there, tried to bounce. I still think there could be some kind of a bounce here, something potentially similar to how that looked here in the shorter term, because we're bouncing off a critical major support level. But after that, I think our next major move, if we do get a short little rally here, I believe we're coming down to this 0.0926 level that we have highlighted there. Like, subscribe, and share. It's my lovely, glowing, beautiful audience. Peace and love.